Hello, and welcome to the webinar overview of Tufts University's pre-college programs for high school students. We are thrilled that you are joining us this afternoon to learn more about the exciting opportunities for study on campus this summer. My name is Megan McCormick, and I am the Administrator of Pre-College Programs and an alumna of Tufts undergrad. I graduated in 2017 with a major in music and community health. I'm here with my colleague.
And I'm Alicia Raybeck, and I'm the Director of Tufts Pre-College Programs.
We will begin today by giving you a brief overview of the 8 programs we are offering this summer. After that, we'll respond to questions that you've sent us, as well as other frequently asked questions about the programs and the application process. If you have questions throughout the presentation, you are welcome to post them below, and we will answer as many as we can in the available time. If you include your email address when you post the question and we don't get to it, we will answer you via email. We want to be respectful of your time, so we'll spend 20 minutes talking through the programs, and then we'll take 20 minutes for questions, ending around 3:45. I'll speak more about this at the end of the presentation, but if you enjoy the webinar format and would like to hear more about any of our offerings, we will be holding program-specific webinars over the next week and a half. Additionally, if you are looking for more information about our summer offerings, our website, summer.tufts.edu, is a great place to start. Once you get to the main page, click on the pre-college programs listing in the drop-down menu at the top of the page. You will then reach the pre-college section of the website. You can browse through our programs on the home page or click on the one that most piques your interest via the programs drop-down menu at the top left of the page. On the program-specific pages, you will find more information about our offerings, as well as a link to the program application. Each program requires students to complete a brief online application. The application requirements vary depending on which program you are applying to, so I'll touch on those requirements when I discuss each program individually. As I mentioned before, we are offering 8 pre-college programs to high school students in the summer of 2019. We have 3 6-week programs: the Tufts College Experience, where students reside on Tufts campus and take courses; Summer Session for High Schoolers, where students commute to campus and take courses; and the Tufts Summer Research Experience, where students spend 6 weeks working in labs alongside Tufts' premier research faculty. We also have 5 intensives. Here at Tufts, we use the word intensive to describe our programs that are 2 to 3 weeks in length that delve deeply into one particular topic. This summer, we are offering intensives in engineering, international relations, leadership for social change, programming and app design, and studio art at the SMFA, which is the School of the Museum of Fine Arts. We will go into each of these programs in more detail over the course of the presentation.
First, we have the Tufts College Experience, or TCE as we call it around the office. TCE is a 6-week residential program running from June 30th to August 9th. The program is open to rising high school juniors and seniors, and students must be at least 15 by the start of the program. TCE is designed to give students a taste of what college life is like. Students enroll in 2 courses. You have the opportunity to select 2 out of the more than 60 courses available to high school students this summer in more than 35 different departments. Through TCE, you can explore new subject areas and take classes that are not generally offered in high school, like podcasting for change or abnormal psychology. Alternatively, you can knock out some of your future undergraduate requirements with classes like chemical principles or introductory physics. Most of our classes are regular undergraduate courses taught by Tufts professors, and high school students have the opportunity to study with and alongside our incredible Tufts students and faculty. At the end of the program, TCE students will receive Tufts credit for successful completion of their coursework, and they will be able to request a Tufts transcript. In addition to the 2 courses they select, students may also enroll for free in our workshops designed to help prepare them for college applications, our SAT prep workshop, and admission essay writing workshop. Furthermore, on Fridays, all TCE students will attend our College Prep 101 workshop. The morning session will be led by Tufts staff and students, and will explore and teach valuable skills necessary for college, like how to choose your major or how to write an effective resume. Every Friday afternoon, students will tour a different Boston area college or university, getting a better idea of what college life is like at the many institutions of higher ed that Massachusetts has to offer. And the undergraduate experience wouldn't be complete without the social aspects of college. TCE students will live in Tufts dorm buildings, housed with other pre-college students, and will have the opportunity to get to know students from across the country and around the world. Our residential life team plans social activities in the evenings, like trips to nearby Davis Square, or more low-key events in the dorms, like ice cream socials and movie nights. On weekends, students have the opportunity to adventure with their peers to Boston area highlights, from sightseeing downtown and exploring Boston's famous Freedom Trail at Six Flags and Treetop Adventures. In addition to the online application, this program requires a transcript, one letter of recommendation, and a parent permission form.
Up next is our Summer Session for High Schoolers program, or SSHS for short. SSHS is similar to TCE in that students enroll in college-level courses at Tufts. The important difference is that SSHS is a commuter-only program. However, if students wish to enroll in online classes, which can be taken anywhere in the world with a reliable internet connection, they may enroll via SSHS as well. There are 2 sessions of SSHS. The first runs from May 22nd to June 28th, and the second runs from July 2nd to August 9th. This program is available to rising high school sophomores through seniors. SSHS is a flexible program and allows students to take 1 or 2 courses per session, with a maximum of 4 throughout the summer. We are offering more than 130 courses to high school students this summer across the 2 sessions, most of which are Tufts undergraduate courses taught by Tufts professors. The full list of courses can be found at summer.tufts.edu/courses. Students will receive Tufts credit upon successful completion of the courses and may request a transcript at the end of the program. Enrollment in any courses at Tufts allows students to take advantage of the college preparation workshops that Alicia mentioned when she spoke about TCE. The SAT prep workshop and the admission essay writing workshops are available to SSHS students free of charge. The SSHS students may also enroll in the College Prep 101 workshop that Alicia mentioned before. However, that workshop does require SSHS students to pay a fee. As a commuter program, SSHS grants the flexibility for local students to come to campus when their classes meet, but when class is not in session, students need not to remain on campus. However, students enrolled in any of our programs will have access to the libraries and the gyms. In addition to the online application, this program requires a transcript, 1 letter of recommendation, and a parent permission form.
Our third 6-week program is the Tufts Summer Research Experience, aka TSRE. TSRE runs from June 30th to August 9th and is open to rising high school juniors and seniors who will be 16 by the start date of the program. TSRE can be either a commuter or residential program depending on each student's housing needs. As part of TSRE, students will intern in labs working alongside Tufts faculty members and graduate students, contributing to the cutting-edge research being done on Tufts campus. This summer, we have 15 labs available for students to work in, ranging in subject areas from the lab sciences like biology and chemistry, to social sciences like psychology and child health and human development, to engineering labs in robotics and biomedical engineering. The academics of the program run from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, most of the day, 9 to 3 with a lunch break, will be spent working in the labs, gaining hands-on experience in research science in a range of disciplines. Faculty mentors will guide students in understanding and contributing to their ongoing scientific inquiry. Students will learn about hypotheses being explored in Tufts labs, discover how to perform controlled experiments whenever possible, and as well as how to interpret and represent the data being produced. They will expand on this knowledge in daily journal clubs, where they will discuss ongoing breakthroughs in science while also learning to better analyze and interpret scientific research in their writing. The program will culminate in a poster session in which all TSRE students present a poster elaborating on their research questions to the larger scientific community at Tufts. Commuter students are expected to arrive on campus at 9 a.m. for the start of the program and depart at 5 p.m. Residential students, however, will live in the dorms and balance their academic work with social activities throughout the evening and weekends, just like the students attending the Tufts College experience. In addition to the online application, this program requires a transcript, 1 letter of recommendation, a parent permission form, and a personal statement indicating your top 3 labs of interest and why you are interested in their research. If you're interested in learning more about TSRE or other STEM program offerings, we invite you to join us for a webinar dedicated specifically to our offerings in the sciences on Monday, February 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Now, on to the intensives. As a reminder, these programs are shorter in duration and focus deeply on one specific subject area. For all of the intensives, the academics of the program run from 9 to 5. For those students who choose to live on campus, there will be social activities scheduled in the evenings and on weekends. Lunch is provided for all students, including commuter students. 3 meals a day will be provided for students who elect to live on campus. The first intensive we will discuss is Engineering Design Lab. This 2-week program takes place from July 14th through July 26th and is open to rising high school sophomores through seniors. Students must be 15 by program start. Like the Tufts Summer Research Experience, Engineering Design Lab offers both a commuter and residential option, depending on the student's needs. Students will spend the mornings hearing from Tufts' outstanding engineering faculty and industry experts, learning about engineering research being done at Tufts, as well as challenges encountered by Tufts faculty as part of their work, and how those challenges can be solved with the tools and technologies within their labs. Students will attend workshops where they will develop the programming and maker skills they need to take on a real-world challenge of their own. As part of this program, students will gain a more comprehensive understanding of the different ways that engineers solve problems and challenges in both the public and private sectors. They will gain an experience in rapid prototyping and will learn more about how to respond to client needs in their engineering designs. Working in small groups, they will have the opportunity to tackle their own challenges, utilizing their newly acquired mechanical and electrical engineering skills to create design prototypes. They will then have the chance to present their prototypes in a final exhibition attended by their peers, Tufts faculty members, and family. In addition to the online application, the program requires a transcript, 1 letter of recommendation, and a parent permission form. Again, we will be discussing Engineering Design Lab during Monday's webinar, so tune in then to learn more.
The second intensive that we have available this summer is the International Relations Intensive, which is a 2-week program running from July 21st to August 2nd. This program offers a residential and a commuter option and is open to rising high school juniors and seniors who will be at least 15 by the start of the program. The International Relations Intensive gives high school students great insight into this rapidly changing field and is perfect for students interested in studying current and historical global issues. As you may know, Tufts is home to the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, one of the top graduate schools in international affairs in the country. This program takes full advantage of the tremendous faculty and expert resources of the Fletcher School and of Tufts' accomplished international relations program in its School of Arts and Sciences. Students will attend lectures with Tufts faculty members on such topics as cybersecurity, alliance dynamics and nuclear proliferation, citizens and empires, evolving relations with China, and negotiation and conflict resolution. Further, in accord with Tufts' goal that all students emerge with foreign language and cultural competency, IR-intensive students will study a language of their choosing with Tufts language professors. Students will have the opportunity either to continue their studies with a familiar language by taking intermediate French, intermediate Spanish, advanced Spanish, or English as a second language, or they can learn a new language, choosing from beginning Russian, beginning Arabic, or beginning Chinese. Student studies will culminate in a research paper on an international relations topic of their choice. IR-intensive students will receive Tufts credit upon successful completion of this program. In addition to the online application, this program requires a transcript, 1 letter of recommendation, and a parent permission form. Within the application, students will be asked their top 2 language preferences. Students who pick intermediate French or advanced or intermediate Spanish will then be asked to take a placement test to assess their current level of proficiency. To learn more about Tufts Pre-College Intensive in International Relations, join us for a program-specific webinar next week on Wednesday, February 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Our third intensive being offered in the summer of 2019 is Leadership for Social Change, a 2-week residential-only intensive that takes place from July 7th through July 19th. This program is run out of Tufts Tisch School of Civic Engagement and is designed for students who are passionate about making a difference in their communities. Over the course of the program, students will gain the leadership and practical skills necessary to become true change makers. They will engage in workshops taught by Tufts faculty in a range of disciplines, including political science, public health, education, nutrition policy, and environmental science. Students will also participate in panel discussions and hands-on workshops with Tufts students, elected officials, and policymakers. They will go out into the Boston area community to explore the issues about which they are learning and to participate in direct service work. The program combines academics, fieldwork, skill building, and opportunities for community interaction with exploration of specialized topics in civic and public life, including politics, advocacy, and social entrepreneurship. In the last week of the program, students will work on a capstone project, individually or in small groups, exploring a policy area of interest and developing an action plan for change. They will research the policy problem and its root causes, evaluate policy situations that have been proposed, and develop their own plan of action. Students will have the unique opportunity to receive invaluable feedback from state legislators on their action plan. On the last day of the program, students will present their proposals to a group of their peers, as well as faculty, staff, and family members. Students will emerge from the program with a greater understanding of the issues of inequity and inequality, with the enhanced skills and understanding necessary to effect social change. Additionally, students will receive Tufts credit upon successful completion of the program. In addition to the online application, this program requires a transcript, one letter of recommendation, and a parent permission form, and a personal statement elaborating on your interest in social justice and civic engagement. To learn more about our Leadership for Social Change program, join us for a program-specific webinar this Thursday, February 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Next, we have Programming and App Design, a 3-week commuter or residential program running from July 14th through August 2nd. Programming and App Design Intensive will equip students of all levels of experience with in-demand programming skills needed to build apps that solve real-world problems. Students will learn or expand their knowledge of coding languages Python and R. Python, one of the most popular programming languages in use today, is used for mobile apps, web and software development, as well as desktop graphic and user interfaces. It is a critical component of websites like Reddit and YouTube and Instagram. R is an open source programming language designed to analyze and manipulate data, provide different ways to view and visualize that data, and crunch statistics. Students will learn about these languages as well as other topics like web scraping, natural language processing, and data analytics in workshops taught by Tufts graduate students and faculty, and will gain hands-on experience with programming through the first 2 weeks. The last week will offer students a chance to apply what they've learned as they focus on designing, creating, and pitching their own app, which they will demo to a group of their peers as well as Tufts faculty and staff. Upon successful completion of the program, students will receive Tufts credit for their work. In addition to the online application, this program requires a transcript, one letter of recommendation, and a parent permission form. Students will also be asked to fill out a brief survey indicating their past experience with computers. And again, you can learn more about this program during Monday's webinar on Tufts STEM program offerings.
The last intensive that we are offering this summer is the Studio Art Intensive at the School of the Museum of Fine Arts, or SMFA for short. This is a 3-week program running from July 7th through July 26th. And is available to commuter or residential students. The program will take place on the SMFA campus in the Fenway area of downtown Boston, though residential students will live on Tufts Medford Somerville campus. Transportation downtown will be provided for residential students. The SMFA Studio Art Intensive gives student artists the opportunity to work with new materials and deepen their understanding of familiar media. Over the course of the program, students will participate in foundation classes taught by a team of the SMFA's artists and educators in such areas as drawing, painting, sculpture, and digital media. Classes will blur the lines between disciplines, giving students the chance to work with a range of materials, from acrylic paints and charcoal to wire, found objects, and digital animation. Additionally, with visits to local museums like the Museum of Fine Arts and the Institute of Contemporary Art, students will answer questions like, how do artists examine, critique, and better the world around them? How can art transcend medium by combining and transforming materials in order to communicate something unique and meaningful? Throughout the program, students will be assigned their own studio space, where they will work on expanding and creating their own portfolios of materially complex and intentional works of art. Students will work one-on-one with SMFA instructors to develop their portfolios and artistic work. On the last day of the program, students will participate in a final exhibition attended by their family, friends, SMFA and Tufts faculty, and other members of the SMFA at Tufts community. Students will have the chance to learn what it's like to work on exhibitions as they collaboratively curate and install the show. In addition to the online application, students must submit a parent permission form and a short statement on their goals for attending the program this summer. Students also have the option to submit a portfolio of their work, but this is not required.
All right, thank you for listening to our overview of all our programs. If you want to know more about any one of our programs and you enjoy the webinar format, you can join us in the coming weeks for more program-specific webinars. The dates are as follows, again, just to recap. This week, on Thursday, February 21st at 7 p.m., join us to learn more about leadership for social change. Next week, on Monday, February 25th at 7 p.m., we'll be discussing our STEM offerings, which includes Tufts Summer Research Experience, Engineering Design Lab, and Programming and App Design. We're also going to highlight some of our science courses available to students who are interested in the Tufts College Experience or Summer Session for high schoolers. On Tuesday the 26th at 7 p.m., tune in to hear more about the SMSA Studio Art Intensive. And then on Wednesday, February 27th at 7 p.m., join us to learn more about our International Relations Intensive. You'll receive an email tomorrow with links to register for these upcoming webinars should you wish to. We're going to spend the remainder of the webinar answering your questions as well as other frequently asked questions about our programs. We've been taking notes of some of the questions that have been asked throughout the webinar and in the emails you sent us before we started. And if you have questions now, you may feel free to send them in and we will get through as many as we can before 3:45. As a reminder, if we do not get to your question before that time, you're always welcome to email us at summer@tufts.edu or give us a call at 617-627-0609.
All right, so as we start getting some of your questions written down and ready to answer, I'll start with a question that I get a lot regarding the application. People often ask me, when is the application due? So for all of our programs, the application is due on April 1st, though applications are accepted on a rolling basis. This means the sooner you submit your application and all of your application materials, the sooner you will receive an admission decision. When you submit your application and any additional materials, you will receive an admission decision from us within 10 business days. To see your admission decision, you can log into your application portal. And as a reminder, to start all of your applications, you can go to the program-specific page of our website. There's a button right at the top of each page that says Apply. That'll give you the instructions and the link to both the login to create a new application and also a link of where to continue your application if you've already started one. A couple people also have asked me a lot about supplemental materials. For most of our programs, like I mentioned, we do require a parent permission form, a transcript, and letter of recommendation. People have asked me, how do we find these materials, or what is the best way to submit them? So upon submission of your application, the parent permission form will be emailed to the parent or guardian that you list on your application. Your parent will just need to follow the link in the email to grant permission. If your parent does not receive the parent permission email within 24 hours of submitting your application, please contact me. And please note that it does take about 24 hours for the system to send that email to your parent after submitting. We require transcripts to be emailed to summer@tufts.edu by an administrator or a counselor from your high school. We cannot accept transcripts that are emailed by students. The transcript needs to come from your high school. If your high school cannot email the transcript, they are welcome to mail it to us at this address that's listed at the bottom of the screen. So Summer@Tufts, Dowling Hall, Tufts University, 419 Boston Ave, Medford, Massachusetts, 02155. In terms of the letter of recommendation,
you will indicate the name and email address of the person that you wish to write your letter of recommendation within your application. As soon as you do so, an email will be sent to your recommender asking them to submit their letter. They must follow the link in the email in order to fill out a short form and upload their letter. If your recommender does not receive an email from us, which it'll come from summer@tufts.edu, please let me know. All right, I'm seeing one person has asked, is financial aid available for the programs? So we do have a limited number of scholarships that we distribute on a need-based, first-come, first-served basis. Students can find the financial aid application on each program-specific page of the website, which, as a reminder, is summer.tufts.edu, and can submit their financial aid applications to summer@tufts.edu. We will award scholarships on a monthly basis or until all of our scholarship funds have been distributed. Once you have sent in your financial aid application, we'll be in contact with you throughout the process regarding the status of the aid allocation. Once you are accepted into the program, you will still receive automated emails telling you to submit your deposit and pay your tuition, but if you have applied for a scholarship, you need not pay the deposit until you have heard about aid. Your acceptance will still stand.
Any applicants can apply for scholarships for all of our programs except for Leadership for Social Change, because Leadership for Social Change is, the aid is grant funded, and therefore the scholarship money that we distribute is restricted to a select set of applicants. The principals at your schools will reach out to you if you are in that group. For everyone else, the financial aid application is open for all of our other programs, and anyone can apply. The only kind of form that you will need to send in is this application form, which is on those the program-specific pages. Just need to indicate what program you're applying for, and you can self-represent your adjusted gross income, any additional non-taxable income, and the number of people in your home. Let's see.
All right, I just got a question about asking from a student who's interested in taking a scientific course in the Tufts College Experience and wanted to know if you'd still be able to use labs during that course, if that's strictly for the summer research program. It depends very much on what course you're taking. So, for example, in Tufts College Research Experience, there is a class that's called Bioinformatics Through Sequencing, which has a very strong experiential component and does involve quite a bit of lab work, as does our Health Science Honors class, where you're in skills lab work, doing working on mannequins and dummies and learning on the same kind of equipment that medical students are using. So it really depends on the course that you are taking. There are definitely courses that have a lab component to them. The Tufts Summer Research Experience does have a dedicated set of labs that specific students participating in the program are assigned to, and those are the only students who are in those labs. There may, in some instances, be opportunities to tour the labs, but there is no open access to the labs in question.
All right, another question that I got over email for today was, what does your typical student profile look at, and what are we looking for in our application? So for our summer programs, we really do want to accept as many students as possible to study with us on campus. In terms of the application, we really try to look at the application as a whole. We're looking at your transcript and the letter of recommendation to get an idea of where you are as a student academically, if you will be comfortable with the academic rigor of the program. And so in that case, we do ask that people have asked me, who should I get to write my letter of recommendation? And I would definitely suggest finding someone, a teacher, a counselor, a coach, or employer, someone who can represent you really well in this letter of recommendation and can really speak to your strengths. Let me take a look at our other questions. Someone else asked about students going on from our summer programs to attend Tufts University as an undergraduate. I would say that, so us at summer pre-college programs, we are not affiliated with undergraduate admissions. We are a separate department at Tufts, so we can't guarantee that acceptance to our summer programs here will translate to acceptance in an undergraduate capacity. But we do say it's always a good thing to have as something to write about in your Common App, or when I applied to Tufts, there was that question of why Tufts? And you had to write about why you were interested in Tufts in 50 words or less. And so getting an experience to be on campus and getting to know the campus will give you good fuel to write about that question. So if anybody has other questions, they're welcome to type them into this Q&A section.
Mm-hmm. So one of the other questions that we often get is about the housing component. So for those of you who are staying on campus, you'd be staying in Tufts dorms. You would be staying just with other pre-college students, and we have a 1 to 10 student to RA to student ratio. So there are a lot of people who are a resource for you in the dorms. The dorms are air conditioned and are centrally located on campus, very easy to get to things. Tufts dining halls are open in the summer, and you'll have access to all of the menu options there. You just need to let us know ahead of time if you have any allergies or dining concerns, and we'll do our best to accommodate those. If you have any other questions, it looks like we just got another question that may have come in. Please do let us know now. Here we go. I had a question that just came in about the workshops, the college, the admissions essay writing workshops and the SAT prep workshops. And those are workshops that we offer to you as a resource. They are offered twice a week. Megan can actually speak a little more specifically to the timing on those.
Yes, so these workshops are offered specifically to students attending the Tufts College Experience and Summer Session for high schoolers. If you're attending either of those programs, these workshops are available to you, and they are included in the price of tuition and the program fee. So these workshops, the college essay writing workshop will take place on Mondays and Wednesdays from 1 p.m. to 2:15 p.m., and the SAT prep workshop will take place Tuesdays, Thursdays from 1 p.m. to 2:15 p.m. And for both of these, they're designed to really help you out with some of these college preparation areas. So the college essay writing workshop, you'll get the opportunity to actually start your Common App essay. You'll be workshopping that writing with your peers and with the instructor. So you will really have that head start on having your Common App essay written and drafted and looked over.
Yep, and the goal is that you leave with the essay in a really good place to go into the fall and start your college applications. It looks like we've also got a question, another question about the Tufts College Experience with respect to choosing courses. So you'll see when you go into our application that we have a lot of questions that are very specific to the particular programs that you're choosing. So if you select Tufts College Experience, you will be then asked to pick your top choice of courses. And you will do that as a part of the application process. As soon as you deposit, and we know you're coming, we will go ahead and get you registered for those courses. So definitely encourage you to deposit sooner rather than later, just to make sure, because there are certain courses that are very popular and will fill up. But that is something that you will tell us up front, and then we move forward as soon as we know that you will be joining us. If you have questions about other programs specifically or about the application process, we can definitely get into that. The application is pretty straightforward, but it is very customized to whichever program it is that you're interested in applying for. So you will be asked very specific questions that are relevant to that program.
The other thing about courses, so like I said, for Tufts College Experience specifically, we have more than 60 courses available, and they're in a bunch of different departments. Most of them are regular undergraduate courses, and what that means is you'll actually be in class with Tufts undergraduate students who are taking courses in their regular summer session, and most of the courses are taught by Tufts professors. There are all sorts of different courses available, so like we mentioned, in areas like biology, chemistry, there's English, philosophy, anthropology, psychology, music, art, all of these different areas. So feel free to take a look at the course list, which is also posted online. You'll see the full list of courses that we have available. And like Alethea said, once you've decided your top couple choices of courses, then you can add that to your application.
Mm-hmm. So I've got a bunch of additional questions coming in. So there's a question that just came in about Engineering Design Lab, asking about specific speakers. This is a new program, so we're in the process of pinning down the specific speaker list right now. That we'll be adding more detail to our website as we secure those speakers, but it will be a mixture of Tufts faculty, but then also external industry experts using our connections on that front. With respect to the question about what areas of engineering we will be addressing as a part of this program, we will be in the makerspace, and we will be, because it is a program that is sort of finite in time, we will be focusing particularly on electrical and mechanical engineering. That said, if you have interest in other areas of engineering while you're on campus, we can probably make arrangements for you to find out more, to connect with someone in those departments. We had another question about whether students travel to classes freely on campus, or if are they transported by an RA, and the same question for leaving.
Yeah, so in terms of traveling to your classes, we do want you to check in with RAs. You'll have to kind of let them know where you're going as long as you're, when you're going to class, but you do get to walk freely around campus when you're on campus. For those of you who haven't been around campus before, it's fairly small. We've got kind of an uphill, downhill area and pretty contained. In terms of going off campus, we do have a requirement that RAs go with students who are going off campus, but this summer we are introducing a new element, which is a permission form that says that if your parent signs this permission form, that deems you able to go off campus without an RA. So that will be a decision between you and your parent, whether or not they would like that extra supervision of an RA, but that is an option this summer.
So we had a question that just came in about the International Relations program, asking whether or not the professors that are teaching in that program are Fletcher professors. And yes, the program is, the lecturers in that program are a mixture of professors from the College of Arts and Sciences International Relations program and from the Fletcher School. And we also have faculty who teach in both of those entities. So yes, you have a lot of very, very knowledgeable experts on international relations who you'll be hearing from as a part of that program.
Yeah, all Tufts faculty members.
We had another question about sort of about the registration process, so trying to get clarity around course selection. We do, as much as possible, try and put you in your top 2 choices of courses. In the event that for some reason those aren't available, we would put you in your next choices of courses, but we would also connect with you. We're looking to make you as happy as possible as we can with the course selections within the context of what is available at any given time.
Yeah, the thing that the only reason that we would not put you in your top two courses is if there was a scheduling issue, if they overlapped, or some of our courses, like we said, they are undergraduate courses, so some of them do have prerequisites. So if you want to take a higher level math class, you might need to have several semesters of college level calculus, which you might have and which is great. But if you do not, then we cannot place you in that higher level math class. But again, we will always be communicating with you throughout the process if for some reason we can't place you in your top 2 choices. And you will have say about the your choices.
Any other questions out there? We are getting to the end of time, and we just want to make sure that we hear from as many people as possible who might have questions during the open time that we have now. We will, of course, be available via phone and email after this to answer any questions that may have come up, and there may be a couple that we've missed along the way as they've been coming in that we can answer for you also electronically.
All right.
Okay. Well, it looks like, unless anybody wants to shoot us the last question. Oh, wait, hang on, coming in. Okay, what type, this just in. What type of project are we envisioning for the, gotta love a deadline, people. All right, so the question was, what type of project are we envisioning for the Engineering Design Lab course? It's going to actually be, there'll be several different projects. The projects will actually be, I can't speak specifically to what they are because they're being set by the faculty members who are engaging with the program. So there will be a range of programs that will be put to the students and that they'll be solving in small groups. A range of problems or challenges that will be put to the students. The idea is to give you a lot of experience in what we call rapid prototyping and then client-centered design. So different clients are going to have different needs, different specifications, which is why we ask for a host of different options from the experts on our faculty to give you the broadest exposure that we can to the kinds of things that you might encounter in a real-world scenario. Okay, I think we are at time, so if you have any last questions or if we didn't get to you, we will do our best to answer you electronically after the fact, and would definitely encourage you to tune in. You can also, I should say, find information on our website. We have a frequently asked questions page on our website, which answers a lot of the questions that you might have that we haven't addressed in this context. Otherwise, again, we are available via phone and email at the contact information we provided you with. And we hope to see some of you at our upcoming program webinars this week and next. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Have a good afternoon.